Hello and welcome back to our Indomitable Creativity series. Today we're going to be playing 4-color creativity, this time no white. This version is different from the last version because we're not running any white sources, we're not running Leyline Binding or Teferi. So because we're not running white, our mana gets a lot better. You don't have any more awkward turn 2s where you're deciding if you have to hold up Leyline Binding or if you want to cast Wrenn Six, maybe hold up Lightning Bolt or Spell Pierce. With this version, you can maybe hold up Interaction on turn 1, but typically you'd want to get like a Proving Ground or Catchery Triome. Turn 2, play Wrenn Six, and just kind of roll from there. This deck is primarily Grixis colors, but we are splashing Wrenn Six because Wrenn Six just pretty much holds the deck together. So in our land slot, we are running 1 Boseiju. So for our lands, we're running all mountains as usual. We have Zeotor's Proving Ground and Catchery Triome just as our tri-lands. Typically, you'll get these on turns 1 and turn 2 if you can afford it. We have 1 mountain, which helps save life, specifically against burn. We have our 4 Dwarven Mine, which is standard, our fetch lands. Everything taps for red mana though, so everything we get is a mountain, so that way on turn 4, we can activate Dwarven Mine and get that 1/1 dwarf token. So because we're not running white and we're not playing Jund colors, our blue mana comes from Catchery Triome and 2 Steam Vents. So you can get Zeotor's Proving Ground and Steam Vents and have all 5 colors of mana. Same can be said about Catchery Triome and Blood Crypt. This list is running a full set of Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is a really strong card and can help out tempo our opponents while we're trying to set up with creativity. We have Lightning Bolt for early removal, Ragavans, DRCs, anything like that. So we are on the persist plan. We have 10 discard outlets. So we have Bitter Reunion, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Prismari Command. Bitter Reunion has been sneakily good since it's come out. We get to discard an Archon, draw 2, and then persist it back. Fable the Mirror Breaker, just an amazing card, very flexible, does everything we need. It ramps us, it helps us get out from under Blood Moon, and then we can start copying Archon of Cruelty. We have 4 Wrenn Six. Like I said, this holds the deck together. It just helps us hit our land drops consistently because we're always going to be cracking our fetch lands for Dwarven Mines. For our flex spots, we have 2 Fire and Ice. I'm not 100% sure of this position. It's a pretty flexible card, so we've been rolling with it. We have 2 Prismari Command. Again, another flex spot. Really flexible card, good against Hammer, our discard outlet. It creates a treasure token, so it helps us with creativity and helps us with mana for under Blood Moon. We are running the full set of Archon. Sometimes you'll see 3. I like 4 in this version because we have the persist plan as well, not just creativity. And then lastly, the namesake card, Indomitable Creativity. For our sideboard, we have 2 Flusterstorm. This is for Cascade and counter spells. Brotherhood's End for small creatures and artifacts. Veil of Summer for protection from counter spells. Hetatsugu for small creatures and graveyard decks, particularly Hammer, Living End, Dredge. We have 2 Boseijus for Tron, Blood Moon, and any other artifact or enchantments. 4 Leyline in the Void for graveyard decks, and then 1 Emrakul just in case we get Necromentia. We bring this a lot in against Murktide. You guys will see the fun that we get to have with that. Overall, I really like this sideboard. I think it has a good mixture of everything. So that is 4-color creativity, no white sources. I hope you guys are enjoying this Indomitable Creativity series. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. Round 1, we are on the play, and as usual, for round 1, we have no lands here, so we're going to mull. This hand's a little better. I think we'll keep on 6 and we'll put back a Fable. We can't have 3 Fables. We have like a good turn 2, turn 3 sequence. Having 2 tap lands is a little rough, so we might play Dwarven Mine tapped as well. We'll see what we draw. Opponent plays Windswept Heath and cracks it. They're on Gigantha, so this is probably like Death Shadow. Or, oh no, not Death. They have a green, so probably some kind of Jund. They cast Thoughtseize. I guess they'll probably take Fable. They could take Fire and Ice as like a turn 2. If they take Fire and Ice, we're probably going to play Dwarven Mine tapped. Our hand's pretty Thoughtseize proof anyway. After a long deliberation, they do take Fable. Pass the turn, we draw Bitter Reunion. I'm not sure. I think we're going to ice there. We're going to play Blood Crypt untapped. I think we're going to ice their Overgrown Tomb at upkeep. I want to draw an untapped source, and I think that's the best way to do it. Obviously, we could Bitter Reunion, pitch Fire and Ice, but I don't think that's where we want to be. So we'll pass, and then at upkeep, this will keep them off like Tarmogoyf mana or anything like that. And I think we're pretty rewarded here because we can Bitter Reunion, Archon, hopefully draw a land, an untapped land. If we do draw an untapped land, there's a line that we could just play Fable and then pitch Archon that way. I know you guys can't see it at home, but opponents really taking their time here. Not sure if they're double queuing or doing something. They play Steam Vents untapped. This feels like either Spell Pierce or Consider. I really don't want to get my Fable. All right, so I guess we play out Bitter Reunion, see if that eats a Spell Pierce. If it does, no big deal. Oh, stub. Okay, well, we couldn't pay for that anyway. We don't mind that getting stubbed, I guess, because we still have 2 Fables. We'd rather get that stubbed than our... Just really hoping to... I guess I don't know if we care about hitting lands anymore. Okay, so this is Domain, which is our worst matchup, but they're running Thoughtseize. Of course, round 1, we're playing our worst matchup, Lightning Bolt. And the reason this is our worst matchup is because our removal doesn't line up well against their threats. So really got to hope this lands here. They don't just have all counter spells. All right, we'll pass. But this matchup is probably, like I said, our worst matchup percentage-wise. In like previous tournaments and stuff like that, there's like a 15% win rate or something like that. They're just very aggressive, and we have no removal for their larger creatures. Fortunately, they're a little slow on the draw here. No turn 1, but they do have a Kavu in play, which is annoying. And they can bolt this, they can Tribal Flames this. It's also important that we get a persist immediately because this can just eat our Archon in the graveyard. Dash Ragavan. So they dash Ragavan. Let's see what they loot with Kavu. I'm trying to think if we want to block or not. Feels really bad to let this hit. I think I'm going to block because we're going to loot and get a land anyway. And we don't have creativity in hand. If we did have creativity, I'd probably take it. It's also tempting to let it go and bolt it next turn. But they do have blue mana up again. Savai Triumph tapped. And all right, so we draw 2 Archons. We're definitely going to pitch both of them because Kavu can't eat both of them. Didn't really draw into much. I'm going to play this land out. I would typically play this or tap land, but we're going to hold up Bolt just in case they have another Ragavan. Play out Fable. They didn't have a counter before. Okay, another no counter. Pretty unfortunate draw so far, though. They get in with Kavu. Probably going to maybe eat our Archon or loot. Let's see. Okay, so they do eat 1 Archon. I guess we'll take it. This is going to put us in Tribal Flames range. I mean, they could just like go like Tribal Flames Bolt, another Kavu. And they pass, I guess, let's see. This will get our 3rd Triumph. We don't have another Triumph. Okay, this will get Dwarven Mine. Could have also chumped with a Dwarf token, but I'm trying to play like the high upside here. Not looking good. All right, so 1 Fable flips. Here, I'm going to discard a Bolt and Proving Ground. Yeah, we're not drawing well at all here. I'll play Foothills. I guess we'll just play out Wrenn. Not really doing much. We'll get the Proving Ground. This can cycle at least. And then we're just not going to attack. We're going to hold this back for like Bolt. Well, we do want to cycle. I don't really know. This is just like a rough spot. We're going to have to like chump. It's weird that they haven't been putting Gigantha to hand. So that means they probably have like another stub here. They're going to eat my other Archon as well, which is unfortunate. Kavu's come in. Yeah, I was going to say, one's going to loot. Oh, they double loot. Okay. They're probably just looking for burn because they can easily just bolt Tribal Flames away. So they do double loot. They put a Leyline Binding. That's scary. I'm going to bolt this first because I want to, if we like go to block and then after blocks they counter it, then it's kind of like a waste. Tribal Flames, yep. Yeah, say Tribal Flames bolt. Yeah, this, like, obviously we drew very poorly, but this matchup is rough. And like, we barely have a sideboard for this. There's really nothing to bring in. You could argue bringing in Flusters for the counters and stuff like that. You could maybe just the Flusters. Veils are good for the stubs. Besagers can hit all their lands because they don't really run many, if any, basics. And because we saw like Leyline Binding and like Thoughtseize, this isn't like your typical zoo deck. So we might trying to think if we want Hidetsugu. We just have to board out. Probably board out some Persist. They're definitely going to be bringing in Graveyard Hate. Could do this. Fire and Ice seem pretty weak as well. We'll go 2 Summer Veil, 2 Fluster, and kind of play like the anti-control package here because they do have Thoughtseize. So they could be bringing in like Necromancer effects. This hand is fine. So we actually have our lands here. We don't have the Multo. I forgot about that too. We mulled the 5 against like one of our worst matchups. Not what you want to be doing. All right, opponent mulligan to 6. So we'll just lead up on our Foothills and pass. All right, they play Scolding Tarn. Pass the turn. We will get, look at our Catcher Try and we'll get our blue source here. Creativity. So we can hold up Spell Pierce, or we could just play Wrenn and get our Foothills back. I guess we're gonna run out Wrenn here. Hopefully it doesn't get countered. I can't imagine, right? Okay, no counter. So we'll get our Foothills back and pass the turn. So the differences between holding up Spell Pierce for their turn 2 play is we have to just play a Blood Crypt tapped, which is like fine, but then we don't get Wrenn and 6 to kind of start cycling through our things. They go Verdant Catacombs. All right, they play out their own Wrenn and 6. They get back a land and they pass back. All right, Fable's pretty good actually. So we're just gonna keep ramping. We'll get a. We already have our blue. We have all our colors right here for the most. Like, yeah, we have all our colors, so we don't necessarily need to shock in, but we will play Fable and then go get our Wooded Foothills back. Common sequencing here with Tapland, Wrenn, Fable. Nothing fancy. So we'll see what they do on their turn 3. They hold up like counters. We could go for creativity. If they tap out, that'd be nice. They do Thoughtseize. Okay. They're going to take one of these two. They take the Lightning Bolt. Interesting. So if they take the Lightning Bolt, that means they have something for... They either have another Thoughtseize effect or they're just... So this is very clearly our counterspell. So we will discard Archon and Foothills to not draw anything that we truly want. Kind of stinks. I guess we'll play out the Dwarven Mine here. Maybe we can like get them, like bait them into blocking. We definitely want to attack them. Like, yeah, it's going to bring their life total lower. It's going to make the Death Shadow stronger. Are they going to block? They're thinking about it. If they block, we're definitely going to bolt this. I can't imagine. The only way they could get out of this is them bolting themselves, but we'll take that trade. We'll bolt the Shadow, and they do nothing. We will get our Foothills back. Like, there's no way we're going to go for it with this. Especially if we go for it, then we're completely tapped out. So we got a threat off out of the yard, or a threat off the board. Wrenn just pings the token, that's fine. The Shoba Brawler, and again, they're holding up. I would love to draw Veil. Veil would be, they pass back. An Archon. I mean, Archon isn't the worst if we can actually like ramp up into it. It just kind of sucks. We're just kind of like doing nothing here. We'll play our Foothills. If we go for like one Archon here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just like go for one. We can pay for Spell Pierce. We can pay for Fluster, right? We can pay for Fluster, or do we need 3? So yes, we'll pay. Yes, we'll pay. Do they have something here like a bolt? They don't. Look at us playing around Fluster and Spell Pierce like pros. So they get to sack Nashoba. This got a land, which isn't a big deal because Wrenn just gets it back. We'll just keep ticking up Wrenn too. So that actually worked out really well for us. We are tapped out though, so that's a thing. But next turn, if they do nothing, we can start copying Archon, attacking with Archon. Sucks, we're kind of like flooded, especially with Wrenn. With Wrenn and being flooded, as long as we get the emblem, it's not the end of the world. They're at 5 as well. Okay, and they concede. Nice. So see, that's like being patient there. We saw they had 1 blue mana up. It could be nothing. It could be something, but it didn't hurt. So do we like our plan? I like the Veil of Summer plan. They definitely have counter spells. Spell Pierce, Fluster. We can Fluster their Fluster Storms and their Tribal Flames, Lightning Bolts. I think we can... I'm going to shave on Prismari Command. Prismari Command doesn't really hit. We usually want this for looting and for like artifacts for the most part. But because they don't really have any artifacts that we really care about, we might just... We'll play maybe Q 1/1/1. They could have like EE or something like that. This hand... this hand's pretty terrible. Like we have a turn 2 Bitter Reunion pitch Archon, but if they just Thoughtseize us, we have nothing. I'm going to try it though. Hopefully no Thoughtseize. We could go to 5 because Archon, only reason we're keeping this too is because Bitter Reunion and Archon here. All right, so no Thoughtseize, which is good. Or no Thoughtseize yet. Just no more lands. Wrenn 6, great draw. So we will go Foothills. They fetch. They get a Savai. So we'll hold open Fluster. I don't know what we would counter anyway, because if they just go like Wrenn, we can't do anything. I wish if this was a Spell Pierce, that'd be amazing. Because then we just counter this Wrenn. Oh, it's Nashoba. All right, we'll get a Proving Ground here. Kind of annoying. We don't have any removal for this. So because we're like flooding out hard, I'm just going to play Bitter Union here. Discard that. And oh my god. Not looking good. Discard to land an Archon for 2 more lands. We're just going to get beat down now. And they found the Thoughtseize. Wow. Yeah, they're going to look at our hand and just know it's trash. I think this hand was fine. Just reunioning into 2 more lands is... Ugh, there's a Spell Pierce. Not really what you want to say. I mean, we're going to run out the Wrenn. They're definitely not going to counter. They're not going to care because we're so flooded. We just can't do anything else anyway. 5 lands. So yeah, they're just going to attack Wrenn or just me and just not even care about Wrenn. Or they can Binding Wrenn. Like we could Spell Pierce that, but Wren's not doing anything. Wren's just, I'd rather save Spell Pierce for like a Tribal Flames or something like that. Because this is just like a 1-for-1 exchange and we got a land back. We'll take a draw step, but it's not gonna help us. Ugh. Concede. Oh, these lands. Unfortunate. That's certainly a very difficult matchup, and flooding there just definitely didn't help. All right, match 2. We're on the draw here. This is a very slow hand. It does do what we want it to do. This would be like a turn 3 into a turn 4, but like nothing otherwise. I guess we'll try it. Oh, we're dead. Oh, Titan. Wrenn 6. Okay. We get our turn 2 play now. We're so dead though. We need like a Boseiju or something. Explore. I never beat Titan. No matter what deck I play, we just fail to beat Titan. They just always have it here. Oh, okay. So they're ramping up. Another Archon. Jeez. We'll play out our Wrenn. Get Foothills back and pass. Next turn we can discard and kill the Amulet if they haven't already killed us. Arboreal Grazer. Play another bounce land. It's going to be Dryad. I mean, I guess I could just Titan us here. Turn 3 Titan. No. Yep. Yeah, this always happens when we play Amulet. They just like always have it. So it didn't matter like what our keep was. So they're gonna play Stronghold, give Titan Vigilance. Yeah, we're just going to concede. Okay, against Amulet, we have 2 Besejus, and we'll take out 2 Lightning Bolts. We don't really have much else for this matchup, but Bolt doesn't really hit much. All right, we'll be on the play. Hopefully that helps out. And we'll definitely keep this. We have a lot of tempo. So the way to beat this matchup is Spell Piercing their turn 1 Amulet, icing their lands, just kind of out-tempoing them. So we'll play Arid Mesa and pass. If they do play an Amulet, we will just get a Steam Vents here and Spell Pierce it. EE for 0. All right, well, we're going to Spell Pierce that. And they don't have the Amulet to follow up, which is really good. Another Creativity. Let's stop at their upkeep here. We're definitely going to ice them. This will give us more looks at like a discard outlet. Get a Stomping Ground. Our life doesn't really matter. It does a little bit, but like when they have it, and it's just like, we're dead. Another Archon, or not another, but an Archon. And they can just do this and not really care. But we just wanted the ice. We wanted the redraw. Wrenn Six. That's a great draw because we need lands. Get the Arid Mesa back. Play Arid Mesa and pass. So next turn we do have Creativity online. Hopefully they just tap out here for Dryad and then bounce land for Forest. Dude, they're just like hoping we don't have it. They're just playing to their outs. Get a Black Source here. The way that they're like playing like quickly and F6ing and stuff like that makes me think that they'll just concede to a Creativity. So we'll Creativity on this. Archon, sack the Dryad, and then yeah, see. You can kind of tell when a player just like knows what they're doing. All right, we're gonna keep this. Hopefully they go for that EE plan again, and we can Bitter Reunion. We draw a 3rd land. We can turn 3 Bitter Reunion or persist Archon with haste. Bajuka Bog. Okay, so they can bog us whenever they want, which is kind of annoying. That Proving Ground. They played this tapped, so we're stuck between. Do we want to play this and not hold up Spell Pierce? Because they played this tapped. I'm gonna play this tapped as well. I'm hoping that we don't get burned by not holding up Spell Pierce here. I just want to make sure we hit our land drops here with Bitter Union into Explore. I mean, would we counter that? I'm not sure. But they do get to return their Bajuka Bog, Beseju. All right, so now we can't do our fancy play here because they can just bog us. We're gonna have to wait until we have 4 mana instead of next turn. So we'll play out Steam Vents, and I think we're going to ice their Simic Growth Chamber here. This will take them off potential Dryad armor, or they do bog. So them doing that makes me think that they have another bounce land. Creativity. So we have Creativity. We could, I mean, this could also be like a Dismember or something small. I'm trying to think if I want to play out Beseju here, and we can, no. So like this could get a token. This could get a Dwarven token, or we can ice this again and hold up Spell Pierce. I know Beseju can come is really. I'm gonna play out Beseju here. I'm gonna play for the ice Spell Pierce plan. You know what? Oh no, we can't do both. Okay, I'm gonna play for the ice Creativity plan, not Spell Pierce plan. Another land, perfect. Another bounce land. So they do get to put the bog back, but that's fine. They are holding up. They've been holding this open forever. Because they're holding this up, I'm not going to let's fetch here. I'm gonna get a Dwarven Mine. Oh no! Beseju's not a. Oh man, that sucks. Man, you see like 4 lands, you automatically assume they're all mountains. No, okay, that's frustrating. Yeah, we could have an Archon in play now. So now if they have Titan, we don't automatically lose because they don't have Amulet. Dryad, okay. Azusa. Spell Pierce looking real bad here. They're tapped out though. Man, that's so frustrating. Spell Pierce. Maybe, okay. Okay, now we can actually Dwarven Mine here. And we can hold up Steam Spell Pierce, I guess, if it's at all relevant. So discard Archon. 3rd Spell Pierce. Holy crap. Not what you want to see. But we do have the Spell Pierce for Pact of Negation. What is this? Jeez, that's some spice right there. We get their last card out of their hand. What's their last card? Double Pact of Negation. Holy crap. So they're top decking. We have 6 cards in hand. They're top decking. And we win. So despite the crappy land play, we got there. All right, match 3, we're on the play. I think this is the first time we're on the play. It's fine. We have our lands. We have all our most at least, so we can get them. We have some good turn 2, turn 3 plays. We'll keep this. It's not the greatest, but we can go Triumph into Bitter Reunion, pitching a land. Opponent mulligan to 6 and 5. They have no companion, so we're not 100% sure, but we will play out the Arid Mesa and pass. And because we have all mountains, we can sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4. Steam Vents. Untapped. It's going to be DRC, Ragavan, or pass with Consider. Looks like pass with Consider. Or Spell Pierce. Get our catch right here. Obviously, Wrenn would be a great draw here. Persist, not the worst. We'll shock this in, see if they want to counter this. If they do, fantastic. We'd rather get these 3. It's such like an innocuous card where if you counter this, it's like kind of whatever. Okay, they do let us go. We're gonna pitch this mountain though. Actually, let's pitch the Dwarven Mine just in case we don't hit a untapped source, and exactly what happened. So we definitely want to have a turn 3 play, and if we pitch the mountain and not the Dwarven Mine, then we are stuck on just holding up Spell Pierce. And Spell Pierce is pretty good against what I'm assuming is Murktide. Shock and Steam Vents. Is this Ledger Shredder? Yes. And Bauble. Get the Shredder triggers. Let's see what they can knife away. Fortunately, we can't do anything about this now. They can knife away a Bolt. Interesting. They look at the top card of my deck. Let's see what they know about right here. They know about our land? Yep. Land. Cool. So they're tapped out. So they know about the land, but I don't really care about, like, usually want to like hide information, but I just want to get Fable going. Because they discarded a Bolt, it means they either have another one, or they're like trying to make land drops, or they want this bigger. I guess the 3 obvious choices, but like no crap. So here we'll just yield. They do have a slow start. Hopefully they're stuck on 2 lands and we can just kind of do our thing. Another Bauble. What if they have a fetch land here? They look at our deck again. So if we draw Creativity, we should just win. Oh, okay, so they do have another Bolt. That was one of our 3 choices. They discard a land here. They play Islet and get in for 2. So they have Counterspell mana up. We have Spell Pierce for that. Unfortunately, we don't have much to do otherwise. Another land. So they've seen both of these lands, but we're gonna discard these 2 lands. Not really doing much here. Kind of floundering around. We're giving them like a lot of wiggle room here, which sucks. I'm gonna play Bloodstained Mire. So we can Prismari Command. No, I don't want to Prismari Command here. I mean, I don't want to do it right now. Especially if they, well, I want to loot. What do we want to loot away though? I guess it depends on what we draw. Maybe we'll do this now. I'm going to get a Steam Vents here. It's on our turn, which is a little awkward, but I want to do this while they're tapped out. We could do this. I don't want to do this at their upkeep too, because if they have like Counterspell and Spell Pierce, they might not even counter this. I mean, I'd like them to use a Counterspell. They're thinking. All right, they do have the Spell Pierce. We're going to Pierce back, see if they have double Spell Pierce. They do get the Connive. I wonder why they thought so long on that. If they thought that long, hopefully it means they don't have another Counterspell. They pitch another land. Don't have another one. Okay, they did not. Man, we just have like nothing going on here. Bolt, Bolt. I guess I'm just going to keep a Bolt, I guess. So we do have like Spell Pierce, Bolt mana open. We're just drawing like absolutely nothing though. And now we're even on cards, which is, you never want to be even on cards after they mull to 5. All right, so no Ragavan's good for us. Get in for 4. They could still have Counterspell, and they just used Spell Pierce mana. Okay, they pass. That's good for us. Hey. Okay, so we don't draw anything relevant. We're sitting on Kiki Jiki and Ice. Can't imagine they'd do anything here. We would love for them to like tap out for Murktide, and then we can like, I don't know, do something. They can easily just bolt us whenever they want though. All right, they do Unholy Heat that. We have to let that go. They still have 3 cards in hand. So if they have Iteration here, we're gonna counter this. Yep, 100% counter that. Then we can't really do anything else this turn. They do draw, okay, they do have another land. I think countering the Iteration here is really important because that could really dig them out of something. And they're only swinging for 2 here. We're not gonna play any more spells. It's tempting to Ice here to draw, but I don't want to get their Connive on. There's Creativity. I mean, so let's think here. So the last card is like 100% a Counterspell, right? And then we just be walking right into it. But if they don't do anything next turn, we could like ice one of their lands. It's really tempting to go for it. But like they have to have a Counterspell. But they would have played it. Well, no, they wouldn't have played at their land because, let's go for it. They wouldn't have played at their land because they wanted to hit it off of Iteration. Okay, yep. So it's like, I don't know. If we wait, they're never going to like tap out of Counterspell. So just kind of getting it out of their hand. Now they're top decking. We still have 3 cards in hand. This better not be an Iteration. Oh wait, they're going to crack Islet here with these 2. Bauble. Okay, their turn, draw for turn with Bauble. They should, they're going to look at their own card or own deck here. See if they want to draw it immediately. They don't. All right, so they get in for 2 again. We're at 6. We're not at like a safe life total. We just need to like draw some action here. Archon, not remotely close to what we need. We need like a discard outlet. I guess we're just gonna pass. We'll probably ice Shredder on their turn. Just like need some draw effects or something. So move to combat. We'll just ice Shredder here. Another land. Not working out. Not working out. They have a land. I guess the land on top from Bauble maybe, but then there's, oh my god, another land. We are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 2 turns away from hard casting Archon, but we're also like gonna die. I'm really surprised they're not cracking Islet here. They have to have like something, right? All right, they get in with Shredder. I mean, they could just be sitting on bolts and just bolt us to death, especially when we crack this Tarn here. But like we have to crack it, right? We'll get a Dwarven Mine, why not? They could be sitting on like heats. They've used 2 bolts already in 1 heat. Damn. Yeah, we just drew absolutely nothing. All right, so against Archon, I mean, against Murktide here, pretty clean exchange here. Veils, Flusters, Emrakul, and we board out Archon. That persist too. I want an additional Boseiju as well. Prismari Command's not that strong because I don't really need it. But yeah, we'll board out Archons. They can't beat Emrakul. We'll board in Boseiju for Blood Moon and hope that works. All right, run the play again. This is a 2-lander. We have a lot of great cards here, though. I think we can try this. It doesn't have removal for Ragavan, which is a concern. So actually, you know what? I take that back. I don't want this hand. I want a lightning, at least like 1 lightning bolt or something. We do have a lot of protection though, so hopefully they don't lead off on a creature here. Very fortunate they did not, because that Ragavan would just run rampant. All right, another. Now we're just kind of flooded in this regard. Consider, sure. We just want to hit our lands, to be honest. Now we actually want to flood right here. We go land, nothing. Okay. Kind of like to see that. I think this will go get a Ketria Triumph. We could just like not fetch and maybe need a black source. Okay. It's actually really good. I mean, we're going to put this in play tapped and pass. I would have liked it if it was a fetch land, because then we could get our other Triumph. But if they're not going to be doing anything, we don't mind just making our land drops here. They consider. And they keep it. So again, hopefully we don't mind playing land go here with all this protection. 3 more land drops or something before we creativity. Probably target us. They target themselves, so they do have a fetch land here. There's the Scolding Tarn. They don't like what they see. I almost want them to Blood Moon. Blood Moon would be a nice tempo swing if we could get that. Okay, Dwarven Mine. We're making our land drops. We still can't go for it, unfortunately. We can end of turn Prismari Command now. That is something. And if they tap out, they did not tap out. They have 8 cards. They have full grip. So next turn, or at the end of their turn, we actually get to Prismari Command, hold up Veil, which is huge because we only have 1 blue source here. So they might catch us on it. And they could also counterspell or just fluster our Prismari Command. But we would love to make a token and then draw 2. All right, they're not doing anything again. So we will Prismari Command, draw 2, make a treasure. I feel like they have to do something with this. They're sitting with 6 cards. I feel like they want it. Wow, they didn't. Definitely get rid of the bolt. It sucks we did not hit any lands. I kind of want Fable. I guess we'll throw a Flusterstorm away. If we can hit just a land, I would love, yes. So it gets Steam Vents here, untapped. So do we go for the treasure token? Say 1, 2, 3, 4. They have to have removal. I think they have more likelihood of having removal here. So I think we're going to go for the, but then we only have, oh man. But then we only have 1 form of protection. But we can fluster, we can spell pierce and then fluster. They have 7 cards in hand. Let's see what they do. This could be presumptuous. Like we could easily just go Fable the Mirror Breaker and not have to not force this issue. Because again, the longer the game goes, if we just keep making our land, like we could just go Fable, make more land drops instead of doing all this. A lot of decision points. Okay, so they do crack Scolding Tarn, untap Steam Vents. Did they just bolt this? If they just bolt it, we're going to spell pierce it. They're going to need a bunch of things. Oh, they're tapping blue mana. We like that. If they have removal, the obvious choice is just heat or bolt this. But we're going to fluster and veil. Hopefully they just go like counterspell, we fluster, and then veil or something like that. They just go spell pierce. Let's go fluster. See if they want to pay for it or fluster of their own. Same target, same target. But what sucks is that if they let this go and then just bolt this, then we are kind of screwed. Because if we can't spell pierce it because they can just pay for it. Are they just gonna pay? Okay, this is the best case scenarios where they pay for it. All right, we're just gonna spell pierce or spell pierce. I think having Veil is better in the long run here because they have 4 mana. All right, we have Emrakul in line. So they need exactly Otawara. Do they have the Otawara? That is the question. They have 4 mana and they can return this to hand and then we'll eventually play Fable and okay, they iteration here. If they iteration, they can't play Otawara and they concede. Sick. All right, we'll just run it back. Take out the persist. Actually, let's take out both. Definitely I don't know why we kept the persist. Actually, oh no. Let's bring in extra Boseijus instead of persist because we're not bringing anything back, obviously. I don't know why we kept those in there. Fortunately, those were 3 dead draws that we didn't run into. Put a mulligan to 6. I think we could do better. I don't really like the double Bitter Reunion. We don't have that lightning bolt that we wanted. There's a lightning bolt. There's fluster. I like this hand a lot more. We'll keep. we put back Bitter Union, or I'm going to put back Dwarven Mine here. I think Bitter Union can draw us into some more things. You could argue keeping the third land and getting rid of Bitter Union and just trying to make our land drops here. So maybe that's greedy. Put it mulligan to 5 again. So hopefully we don't just flood out like the first game. All right, they keep 5. Hopefully, I was going to say, hopefully they keep on like the back of Ragavan or something. All right, we're going to play Proving Ground and we're going to consider. Yeah, I want to play Proving Ground because I want to make my land drops untapped. Make sure they all come in and untapped. Hopefully, okay, they don't have another... I haven't seen Ragavan or Dash Ragavan at all, so that's kind of good for us. We are making our land drops. We cannot complain about that. I'm going to pass. I'm going to hold up Fluster and Lightning Bolt. Bolt is just for Ragavan, but Fluster I'm just going to save for creativity. We would love a Wrenn. A Wrenn's pretty threatening, actually. Just something that they have to deal with. Radio Reunion can also find more counter spells like Veil and Spell Pierce. This is going to be... It's so tempting to counter this. Do we counter this? I think I'm going to. It might be aggressive, but I think because we're so far ahead, they could be missing their land drops. They had to mull. They double considered, so they probably found whatever they were looking for. But maybe they go like land creature. But yeah, that could be aggressive. Let's cast Bitter Union here. Maybe it'll eat a Spell Pierce. So we'll pitch a land. There's a Spell Pierce. But if they are playing a land out of their hand, that means that they just have a lot of lands here. All right, we're piercing. I mean, if we did it the first time, actually, yeah, we're going to pierce. I was going to say, they're tapping out, but we can't creativity because they're going to have open 1 mana. And they can't counter. Oh, okay. Maybe they have another counterspell? Because we're trying to tap them out. We're aggressively countering their card advantage cards because they are so low on resources. But they could easily find land, Spell Pierce, or land Fluster. If they do not find a land in any of this, then we just win. Unless they have Otawara. They find a Consider. They tapped out. All right, so they need exactly Otawara here. And Spell Pierce isn't going to help with that at all. So, all right, we get the Dwarven Mine. We're going to tap all our mana, creativity, X equals Emrakul, and let them rip. Do they have the Otawara? They did not. They did not have the Otawara. All right, match 4, and this is a banger of a hand. 6 lands and Fable. So we're going to easily mull that one into a pretty decent hand. We'll keep this. We'll put back Archon. We're just going to be looking to make our land drops here. Bloodstained Mire, pass. We're just going to play our tap land, get that down, and then curve out with Bolt and Spell Pierce. We don't know if this favors probably the creativity player on the play, obviously, right? Another creativity. So we'll just play our Scalding Tarn and pass. The Spell Pierce will probably... we have to let this go. We're going to save this for if they have creativity. They're definitely like holding up something as well. But if they tap out, we have to like hold up Spell Pierce for their turn 4. Get Ketria tapped, Prismari Command. I'm gonna just play this and pass. This is like a weird cat and mouse kind of game. We can hold up Bolt to kill one of their Dwarf tokens, Spell Pierce to counter their actual creativity. But if they go for it and they lose out, then all right, they're not gonna go for it. Gonna get a Steam Vents here. We're gonna Prismari Command. Gonna draw 2. See if they want to counter this. What do we pitch here? Unfortunately, again, we did not hit a land, which is so frustrating. Tempted to just pitch these 2. So we'll pitch creativity. There's a Dwarven Mine. They have 6 mana open. If we try to go for it and they just Spell Pierce us, we lose. I guess we just Fable here and have hold up Spell Pierce and Lightning Bolt. I feel like they have to let this go. Yeah. It's awkward for them. They could always like down tick on a Dwarf token if they want as well. There's a Dwarven Mine. So the reason we kept this Fire and Ice as well is if they want to double Dwarven Mine here, we can fire both of them away. All right, they ping that. That's what we expected. They're just going to pass. We would love like another Spell Pierce or Lightning Bolt. Yes. I guess I'm going to pitch both bolts. Ugh, Cruelty. Okay. Not really what we want. I guess we'll just play out Wrenn, get some more lands, see if they want to let this go. We're in like hard cast Archon territory shortly. Lightning Bolt. Okay. So that did not let us do the fun stuff. So we have Spell Pierce open and we have Fire. They're going to have to make a lot of Dwarf tokens if they want to target all of them. And if they target all of them, that means they don't have mana to pay for Spell Pierce. They're being patient. They attack Wrenn. Okay. Crack Bloodstained Mire. I would love for them to act first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are they going to act first? So let's do this. We're going to Spell Pierce it. They're going to pay for it. And then we will just fire it. So I'm glad they acted first. So we fire both of those. Creativity is... And then we just get to go ham here. So we're going to X equals 3 them. And then they're just going to concede. Scalding Tarn. Correct that. Yeah, they're F6. They lost. Being patient here is really important. 1, 2, 3. So they sack everything. They discard 3 cards. We get to draw 3 cards. And they concede. So that's that's pretty much how you play that mirror, is just being super patient with everything. We have Flusters, we have Veils. They look like they were on the same version as us. So we can board out this mountain because they're not going to be bringing in Blood Moon, or it's just like not necessary. Bring in Veils and Flusters for their spell pierces, their own Flusters and stuff like that, their counters. Let's say, maybe not Veil. I want Fluster for their, did they not have blue sources? They had to have been running something, right? I feel like I wasn't paying too much attention. Maybe we'll try it like this, and I'll pay more attention to see if they actually have blue mana or not. Oh, this hand is, if we had a discard outlet, I'd consider keeping it, but not double Archon. We'll try this, and we'll put back, just double Fluster. I'm gonna put back Dwarven Mine. I'm gonna have bolts for Fables. I think that's important. And we draw a Fable of our own. So we just want to hit land drops, as per usual. I feel like this whole league is, we either want to make all our land drops or just stop drawing lands. There's never like a nice thing. Are they going to play Wrenn here? Alpine Moon. Interesting. They're just going to name Proving Ground? Oh, Dwarven Mine. Okay. I guess that's like a good like mirror. Definitely going to upkeep their Proving Ground though. Interesting. So we'll get the Steam Vents here. Ice their Proving Ground. Can't imagine they'd counter this. We're just really trying to hit lands, but we are bricking. Opponent is not bricking. Come on. Give me some fetch lands. Okay, well, best we're gonna get, I guess. We're gonna discard a creativity here. All right, we hit a land, good. The reason we're discarding creativity is because it's kind of like a one and done thing. Like if we're casting it, we're trying to be very confident. I was gonna say, it's weird that they're not cracking their Bloodstained Mire, but I guess they're trying to either hit their land drops and they're not sure, or what. We did hit 2 lands out of that, which is nice. All right, they do go Dwarven Mine. We could bolt the Dwarf token if they do go all in on it. Okay, they are playing like, they're playing just the straight up Jund version instead of the 4-color. So they're definitely playing Veils is the thing. So I'm trying to think, do we just want to bolt this now? I think we do. I want to use my mana Arbor Sage here and get Fable going. Yeah, they don't have a spell. All they have is Veil, so they're not going to be countering any, they could counter like the Archon triggers, I guess. But next turn, if we draw a land, let's see what they do. They go Bitter Union again. We really want them to tap out, so that way we can attack with Goblin Shaman. Hopefully they don't kill this. We can get a land going. Hopefully they persist this. Oh no, but they're going to have Veil, aren't they? Yeah. Don't have Veil. No, they have Veil. Yeah. Yeah, they made all their land drops and just curved out well. Darn. We have played this deck. We have a video of playing this deck. It's fun. Like, you don't have the blue cards, so you're really all in on this. Because I guess because they're on this version, we probably should bring in Leylines, I guess, right? Sack this. Guess we're sacking. So we need like actually, I don't know. Well, no, because Dwarven Mine's named too, so we can't even, yes. I don't know what we could draw. Not that. No. Damn, Alpine Moon just wrecking us here. I guess. Do we want Leylines? We don't need Veil, that's for sure. Kind of do this. Shave a little bit here. I do want the Flusters though. I'm gonna bring in the Leylines. We'll keep it. We have Leyline, we have Wrenn. It's kind of like a mull to 5 with Archon, but I would definitely keep this mull to 5. Now, hopefully they're mulliganing to 6. Hopefully they mulligan to a persist heavy hand here. But we should have been smarter and like saw that they were on Jund colors and probably boarded in Leylines. I wasn't even like paying attention. They go Proving Ground tapped. Okay, we'll go Ketria. It's almost tempting. I kind of want to hold up Spell Pierce. Now that we drew that, I guess we're not going to. Spell Pierce will just be like a protection spell as opposed to a proactive spell. As long as they don't go like Alpine Moon again, that's friggin' annoying. All right, they do that tap. That's really good. So now we get to hold up Spell Pierce for whatever. I'm just gonna uptick. We're not gonna crack here. We could, I guess it doesn't really matter. We could crack and have Spell Pierce here because that's all we're gonna do. So yeah. Are they gonna go Fable here? If they tap out, I think they lose. They really have to not have Alpine Moon. They could have Veil for Archon triggers though. Bitter Union. All right, we're just gonna go for it. Again, they could, I guess this is stupid. They could have Bolt, but they did not, and they didn't have Veil. Okay, that was very presumptuous of me. What are they doing? Tap 1 black mana. Oh, they do have the Veil. Okay, I think I F6 and didn't take up Wrenn either. God, I'm just like playing. I gotta like take my time here. So we'll see what they do. I guess they could have Archon themselves. We're playing like really loose here. We're not playing smart. All right, we'll uptick. We're assuming that they have another Veil. They did not, and we draw a Leyline. They discarded Fable. Why would they not play Fable out? Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're gonna Bitter Reunion away this Leyline, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, do we want the Archon hard cast, or do we want extra ley lines? Because they could like, nah, we're gonna give it to that because we have spell pierce. We'll just pass. What do they have here? 2 mana. Wow, they did have the Beseju. Okay, interesting. We will get the Dwarven Mine here. So even if they do have the Archon, they can't, it's not going to do anything. And plus they need to get around the Spell Pierce and Bolt. Yeah, they need to get around a lot here. Okay, they played the other Dwarven Mine. Fable, sure. Interesting, interesting. And they just concede. Okay. Yeah, they needed a lot here. We could just Bolt this end of turn. We could attack. We could Creativity, give it haste, hold up Spell Pierce for whatever. Yeah. The final match, and we are on the play. I think this hand's fine. We have Wrenn. The Wrenn's really going to hold this together. And then we have some protection with Spell Pierce, Lightning Bolts in case this is like Ragavan deck. Put them all into 6. So I like this. We have removal, counter spells, threats. It's just like a all-around great hand. We're going to lead off on Proving Ground though. So that way we can make sure we hit our land drops with Wrenn as usual. And there's that Ragavan. So hopefully we draw a land. We're in a pretty precarious spot. Okay, we did. Because I was going to say we want to potentially down tick on Ragavan and not get that next land. But because we found our fetch land here, we get the best interaction in Modern, which is Wrenn 6 down tick, kill, and then we'll just pass the turn. They could have dash Ragavan to kill Wrenn, which would be kind of annoying. But hopefully they just go like Ledger Shredder Go or something. They play Flooded Strand, bracket. Probably shotgun that Steam Vents. And is it a dash monkey? It is. Okay. So again, a little annoying. We do get to make our 3rd land drop, but they do get to clear Wrenn. They don't target, they don't hit us, or they don't make a treasure. It's only like upside to it, but got their just desserts here. Double monkey. Another Fable. So we're going to play out Fable here. It sucks that I'm going to want to trade. If they don't kill it, I'm going to want to trade Fable. I'm going to want to trade my token for that. But they could just go land, like heat this, dash Ragavan, which would be kind of annoying. We will take this trade though. All right, they play Dragon's Rage Channeler. It'd be cool if they played like both creatures out and then I just bolt them both. They almost have Delirium here as well. So this is probably, we might discard up to 2 cards. Yes, what do we want to discard though? Maybe just Bitter Reunion, because we know they have Ragavan in hand and Dragon's Rage Channeler, Bolt, Spell Piercer. I'm just going to discard this. I kind of want the other Fable as well, and we also want to hit this land drop, yes. So we will attack, make a treasure token. I'm surprised they haven't done anything. So now we get to play Fable and hold up Pierce and Bolt. We will take that exchange. They're also stuck on 2 lands, which is pretty nice. So we'll play out Fable. See if they want to like pierce this. If they do, I think we Spell Pierce back, because the value that we're getting out of these is just huge. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I want to bolt Dragon's Rage Channeler or not, because it helps them filter to find lands. But if they're not being proactive, I guess we don't really care. Let's see what they do with this. They're looking for lands for sure. They put Lightning Bolt in the yard and they drew with Consider. I think I'm going to let this go because it will help them filter. The fact that they put Bolt in the yard, they're like desperately looking for lands. I kind of want these to maybe get rid of with Fable, maybe pitch like a Bolt and another card we draw. So if we can draw Creativity and just protect it with Spell Pierce, we should be fine. Especially if we get our double token producers going. And they do have to attack, so they can't block these 2. That's why we're not killing this. I mean, other than just killing it and then we don't take any damage, but it's like fine for now anyway. We want them to play like a Shred or something. They're just sitting on Ragavan. There's Dragon's Rage Channeler. All right, we will bolt this one. I feel like they're sitting on like a Spell Pierce, but they're afraid to use it because they don't want to tap out. Yep. They bottom a Bauble, or they graveyard a Bauble. They put a Bolt in hand. They're really looking for a... All right, so we can't pay for this, but we're still going to bolt this now because we don't want to die to it. And we get to draw... We get 2 more mana out of this. So if we draw a Creativity, yes, let's discard both of these. Okay, well, get another Spell Pierce. Not really what we wanted. I mean, with Archon, I guess. I mean, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn we can just like hard cast Archon. And we'll just pass the turn. They're still stuck on 2 mana. It's turn 5. They've looked through they've found 2 lands in the top 1/3 of their deck. This is like usually us. So I don't feel too bad because I know how it feels. So they do attack with DRC. Is this going to be just a Ledger Shredder? If this is Shredder pass, we should just be good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because we'll just hardcast Archon and they should concede that. But they could always like have heat. But I feel like they would have been using heat to dig with to try to find lands. I don't know. Okay, I mean that's fine also. We would love to find a land here. A land would be not double another Archon. I guess we'll attack. If we attack with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can hardcast Archon. They'll sack DRC. Just really suck, and then we're not gonna have anything open. It just really sucks that if we drew that land, we could cast Archon, copy Archon, and then they'd scoop to that. So we do get to make 2 treasures here. They're definitely gonna block 1. No blocks? Wow, no blocks. All right, we're just gonna go for it, right? Cast an Archon. Here's Archon. But they could easily heat this, attack for 6, and then bolt us. Oh, never mind. We're out of bolt range now. They could attack us and double bolt us. That is a play. Well, no, because they'd have to heat this. They'd have to, okay, yeah. They'd have to draw a land, play, heat, attack, bolt. I don't know. All right, so we're against Murktide again. So we're going to do the same exact thing we did last time. Board these out, board Archons out, board them out now. We have Besagers for Blood Moon and board out Prismari Command. We'll try this. So it's just like a lot of protection just to get Emrakul out. All right, so we have our lands, but this is kind of sketchy here. We'd have the Bolt for early Ragavan, but I think we're going to mull. This one's also pretty terrible. I'll keep and put back a Dwarven Mine. I'll keep because we have fire for early creatures. Hopefully, if we can discard something, we can persist. Okay, they didn't have a Ragavan, so that's really good for us. We do a Fluster. Just going to play Dwarven Mine tapped and pass. So they'll probably consider here. Again, we're playing this tapped, so that way we hit all our other lands untapped for when we need them. They play Flooded Strand, cracking it, so maybe Ledger Shredder. We're fine with that. Draw the other fire. Play Scalding Tarn. We'll just hold up Spell Pierce in case they have like Blood Moon or something. You could argue icing their Spirebluff Canal here, but I would like to go get Proving Ground with us if I can. Another Ledger Shredder. We need blue. This is gonna be hard because now we don't have black. If we have to get catch right here. We need just like, I mean, we could ice Shredder here just to get a redraw and use our mana, but I think it's fine-ish. I don't know. They missed our land drop again. I'm gonna shock this in, and we will we're gonna upkeep ice their Spire Bluff. We don't really have much going on. This will slow them down a little bit, and we get to draw a card. They're gonna pierce it. I don't want to let them connive by casting Veil, because that'll just help them hit their lands. And like them using Pierce, it gets it out of their hand. Like we still have all this protection as well. All right, we had another land. We're just gonna do the same thing again. It's weird. I guess it's weird that they Spell Pierce that. I don't know. You could argue playing this untapped, so that way we can like make use of our other thing. But I think because they only have 2 lands, Pierce is going to be pretty good regardless. Another Persist. We're really not drawing well at all. I mean, they're not hitting lands, but we're hitting just garbage. And they just pass again. Wow, they're just super land light. Oh god. Worst draw possible. Okay. So we're snapping off a counterspell on anything that is iteration or anything like that. We want Fable, we want Cathartic, or not Cathartic, I mean Reunion, just anything. We want a discard outlet for this Emrakul. This is iteration, we're gonna counter this. No, this sucks. Jesus. Monkey's gonna get him back in this game. We have 7 cards and we can't use any of them. Holy crap. Pretty wild. They give him a treasure. No! Are you... Ugh. Our Bitter Reunion. That sucks. We would have loved that. And they found a land. Insult to injury. Man. Yeah, Bitter Reunion was just like... Would have been perfect. It's always like that. Ragavan hits just the card you want. Definitely not biased at all. They didn't cast it. Yes! Another Bitter Reunion. So we get to discard Emrakul and draw 2 lands. Oh god. I mean... I guess it's fine, like better than nothing, but how do we have no action? Just nothing. We drew like the protection side of our deck. So Bloodstained Mire will block Ragavan if nothing else. But they have to have, we haven't played anything, so they probably have like 1,000 bolts and everything. Playing out another Shredder? God, they're gonna connive so hard on this. All right, so we're gonna fetch with Bloodstained Mire. We're at 5. They have to kill this, right? And they're gonna connive. I mean, we just lose because if they're smart, they just connive away everything or just all non-lands, which is what they have because they haven't been making their land drops. Blood Moon, yeah. We have to. We'll Fluster because they can't pay for it, and we don't let them connive. We go to 1. I mean, if they bolt us, we just lose because we can't connive that anyway. Okay, so Fluster is countered. Do we get to block? Nice. We go to 1. I don't know. I don't know how we're getting out of this. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything we can draw. All right, pass. And we draw Bitter Reunion. Let's see. For the lulz. Absolutely not. Oh wait, we did this before. We kept in persists when we're dumb. We kept in persists again, and we'll do this. Can't believe we did that twice, keeping in persists when we have nothing to persist back. And we had 2 persists that game too, so that's just insult to injury, just us forgetting to sideboard that. Do we want What do we bring in? Brotherhood. I'd probably rather have Hitatsugu for the graveyard hate, right? It kills DRC Ragavan. This does as well, but this gets rid of their graveyard so they can't like DRC Murktide. All right, we're on the play. Let's be smart about this. We're gonna keep this. Early Bolt, early Wrenn, early Protection, Beseiju for Blood Moon. And we'll play Wooded Foothills. This will go get a Triumph. Get Catcher a Triumph here. Unless they play, okay, I was gonna say, unless they play out something that we can bolt. We might actually not play Wrenn on turn 2. Because if they Spell Pierce it, yeah, we're just gonna chill. If they Spell Pierce it, which most likely they have, ooh, okay. We like to see that, no Consider. So that means we can play Blood Crypt out, hold up Spell Pierce. Hopefully they tap out, they don't. All right, so this will get Proving Ground. Creativity. So we'll play out Blood Crypt, shock that out. Now we can play Wrenn. So do we Spell Pierce this? But if they have Blood Moon, just counterspell. I think if they have Blood Moon, like it is what it is. I don't know. It's tough to play around because we want to get Wrenn down. Like they could easily just go like, if they do go Blood Moon, hopefully they don't have a fetch land and they just have only one blue source. Because then we need to draw Fable. Fable has to live. Because if they have Blood Moon, they're just slamming that here. But maybe not because they only have one blue source. I would slam it. Oh, okay. That's a close one. Veil. So unfortunately, we can't Creativity holding up anything. I guess we just pass? Yeah, I guess we just pass. We have Bolt, Veil, and Pierce for when we Creativity next turn. No, I'm not going to waste my Bolt on this. Now would be the perfect time to do it. One, it would fill their graveyard for Murktide, which we don't truly care about. I care more about a Dash Ragavan hitting my face. So they do draw with their Consider. We assume was a land. Another Shredder. They have 2 mana. See if this goes after Wrenn. Okay, it does go after Wrenn. We could actually save this. I mean, I guess we'll get a Dwarven Mine here. We could save this for our turn, but it doesn't really matter because it's at their end step anyway. We'll just pass. Let's see. Another Veil. Without Scalding Tarn. They need double Bolt? Because we could make another Dwarf token, target both of them, and then they need to counter. I'm going to get a Stomping Ground untapped. Because they only have 2 mana open, I think it's safe to go for it. Let's see if they have something. Well, if it's from, oh no. I tapped for Veil instead of Spell Pierce. So they could just kill my Dwarf token. Damn it. Yeah, I messed that up. I meant to hold up Ketria and Triumph. So hopefully they just counter this. Yes, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. I mean, we have anything for counter spells. They're not getting around it because we have Pierce and Veil. So this is just going to be like an Otawara check. They put 2 lands to the in the graveyard. We draw a Bitter Reunion. That's actually really good because if they do bounce Archon back to our hand, then we are set. So they have to draw exactly Otawara or have it. They bounce it, use it, they tap out, they swing for 2. We Bitter Reunion, put that back in our deck, hopefully hit another Creativity. So they swing for 2. We have 3 looks at another Creativity, which would be ideal. They're both going at Wrenn, actually, so that's fine for us. I guess I'd be attacking Wrenn also. We're at 12, it's close. We draw another Bitter Reunion. All right, let's cast the first one. That's why this card's so good with this version. Discard Emrakul, shuffle everything back in. We draw Bolt, Bolt, Bolt. I guess because they're tapped out, we're gonna go again. Oh no, wait, oh crap, that triggers Shredders. That's not good. They discard Bauble. Now we just like doubled their clock. I guess if they don't discard something to this, they have to discard Fluster. Okay. Yeah, we could have bolted them a while ago. Okay. Discard a land. I mean, I guess we could down tick and bolt one of them. We gotta like take our time more. Yeah, I guess we'll just pass. At least this will go at Wrenn. Discard a Foothills again. They should just kill Wrenn here. Man, we saw like 5 cards, 6 cards, and no Creativities. There's 4 in our deck again, so. And they pitched Fluster, which is great for us. They crack Islet. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a Murktide. Oh, they're just going for us, so they must have a Murktide now. Oh, nothing. Yeah, I'm not gonna crack that. Come on, something. Fable. Oy. Fable. That resolves. Okay. We're at 8. Player land for turn. So we could give this haste. I don't know if that's worth it here. I'm just gonna bolt that. Oh shit. Wait. For some reason I thought that was I don't know why. I'm so dumb. For some reason I thought that was my first spell, but I just cast Fable. Making so many mistakes here. Now we're just gonna like die to. I mean, we're gonna double bolt 1, and I guess Pierce what if they try to do anything with it. They discarded Holy Heat. Interesting. All right, we're gonna bolt it again. Yeah, I'm dumb. They can't pierce it. We can pay for it. Let's see if they want to like counterspell it. Well, no, let's see what they do. Just double counterspell? Actually, I'm gonna veil this because I want to draw a card. Opponent's already at 5 minutes too. They're playing kind of slow. We're playing sloppy as hell, but I wonder if they go Spell Pierce, I guess we could get a Steam Vents red mana. They're gonna try to connive. It's not gonna save. We might just die. Well, let's see. I guess, I mean, we could take 3. No, there's no point in taking 3 just to counter that. We draw a land. That dies. Yeah, we're playing so sloppy. Yeah, I guess we'll pass. All right, so this is how we lose. They have the 1 of Otawara, and then we just flounder. But we did make some sequencing mistakes here. They do consider. This must be like a new Murktide player or something. I feel like whatever they're looking at, like whatever they're looking for should be pretty obvious in this scenario. They do draw it. Iteration, trigger. All right, we're going to go to 1. Now we can't crack this. So if we do survive, we do get to loot with Fable. We have Spell Pierce. We just have to like survive. I mean, we go to 1. We're not dead. Opponent's at 3 minutes. Just, all right, they draw. We draw Steam Vents. Oy. Okay, so obviously we're going to discard our 2 fetch lands here. Come on, baby. So now we get to Creativity. X equals 1. Sacrifice Bitter Reunion. Give everything haste. And attack for the win. That was insane. It's always fun attacking with Emrakul though, for the win. It always feels good having a flawless victory, right? So that was 4-color creativity with no white sources. I think this has to be my favorite version. I think the mana is pretty consistent. So we're only getting green for the Wrenn Six. Everything else is teamwork colors, and when we're fetching, it makes things a lot easier to play around. Adding the green, we get Boseiju and Wrenn, which I think is fantastic. I don't think we need the white. Leyline Binding is amazing, Teferi is amazing, don't get me wrong, but pushing the mana to that extent, dying to Blood Moon, dying to just not having the right fetch lands or the right mana at the right time. We've really felt that in the previous video. So besides the Jund version, which is only 3 colors, I think just adding blue still keeps this pretty consistent. I didn't feel like I was missing any colors at any particular time. As of right now, I don't think there's really anything I'd change in the main board. Fire and Ice is kind of flexy, Prismari Command is kind of necessary because we're on the Persist plan, but other than that, I'd keep it as it is. For the sideboard, I think the sideboard's fine. It does everything we needed to do. Yes, it does have a lot of hammer hate, artifact, small creature, and graveyard hate, but that's pretty much what we're seeing in the current meta. You're seeing a lot of graveyard decks, a lot of Murktide, a lot of hammer. Leyline Void's going to come in pretty often, and you saw it did work against the Jund mirror. But overall, this is a fantastic version. I'm excited to try the next version, which I believe is Grixis. So we're going to be omitting green completely and just going red, black, blue. So hopefully that deck's also fun. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.